All right. Um, so earlier today at around 7 p.m. I was installing the latest software 2023.7.10 with the FSD version of 11.4.2. And unfortunately that failed, so the install was not successful. I tried to reinstall the software in service mode, but that didn't work either. And I had a message, which you can see if you go on Twitter. I reported about this. And so I ended up with a software update required message on my dashboard and schedule service, and none of the autopilot features working whatsoever. I mean, nothing, zero, nada. It even wouldn't turn off the turn signal when you switch from one lane to another. And it was a kind of interesting thing of learning how to drive again after all those features. So I'm not really sure why my USB thingy here doesn't work, my camera, but anyway, so short story, it failed. Longer story, I tried to make a service appointment with Tesla, and apparently if you say that you have a software error and you make the appointment, the app kind of, I guess it scans your car, or Tesla on the back end is scanning your car, and it was saying you have the latest software, nothing to do, so I couldn't schedule a service appointment. I picked a different reason then in the end, like car says service required, so that was working. So I was able to make a service appointment, which, by the way, I really need to cancel now. And so yeah, I ended up making an appointment, and then I was thinking, all I need is just the newest software. So let me just see if I can basically, let me cancel this appointment. Yes. So just kind of get the latest software pushed again. So I called Tesla on a number that I have found after a few months ago. I have found this number that actually does connect you with some service people in the end. And so what happened is, I was waiting for at least 10 or 15 minutes to get to somebody, and I was successful talking to a guy. He helped me as much as he could, but he could obviously see on his end too that there was some issue. And so he put me on hold multiple times. He asked other people, other teams even, and he was saying that by maybe later today, but the latest on Sunday, I should get this software pushed again. And here comes the very important part. He was saying that I should remove my camera drive, my USB drive, which, as you can see right now, it's not working. It shows me an error message. And he was saying, remove this, because we have seen this being an issue, that part of the software ends up on the thumb drive. Not really sure if it is the download or during the installation or whatever happens. And I suppose during the installation. And that will lead to issues with not really being successful installing the software. So therefore, when it was being pushed again, which was probably half an hour later after the phone call, thankfully, I went to the car, removed the USB thumb drive, and installed it again, and it worked. So in other words, I do have 11.4.2 right now, And that is quite awesome. And therefore we can now, let me see if I can just, where did it go? Insert drive. Okay, well, I have cameras recording right now, so I take care of this later. And so I wanted to go the same route again that I did go today to the post office. And I posted a video about this earlier, where I found it very dangerous how FSD was kind of sending me into the right turning lane, and then from the right turning lane, even though I was going 55 miles an hour, it was sending me like on a 90-degree turn to the right. It didn't go back into the straight lane. It basically made the turn. And when that happened the first time, that was quite scary, because I didn't expect this. And I was thinking it would go back into the straight lane as it has done so before. But nevertheless, it didn't. So there's a recording, there's a YouTube video of that issue when I encountered it. And so I'm trying to also film the dashboard. As you can see, I have found some material, some veil. It is, yeah, I can at least see through it, and it takes off the reflection. There isn't really any reflection going on right now at nighttime so much, but during the day it is very, very hard to see the dashboard. And recording it works, but you have a lot of reflection. So, well, check out my other videos, you will see it's an issue. And I'm not going this way. It rerouted me while I was standing. So yes, that's the way I want to go. And it is hard on the refreshed Model S and X to record the dashboard, quite frankly. The plastic part that is kind of curved makes it very, very hard to capture the screen without any reflections. And if anybody knows about how to record the screen on a Model S or X that is a refresh, then please contact me. I would like to know how to do this. I know you can on the Model Y and Model 3, you can install a different screen in the middle and have an HDMI output. There must be something similar to this on the refreshed Model X or S. That would be nice. And yeah, off we go. I hope the Insta360 X3 is taking at least some decent video now of the drive. It is kind of funny. The GoPro will have like a good recording now of the dashboard, but the rest of the drive will not be as enjoyable in the dark, I think. But we see. Again, this has not changed. I wish they would really fix this. It is clear that the car needs to go into the left turning lane. Why not signaling before going into the left turning lane? Instead of going into the lane, then indicating. that's not really a good practice. It makes it clearer to the people around you what your intentions are, so it should just signal before entering a new lane. So I have somebody behind me and somebody next to me. Ideally, I would like to be on this upcoming road right now without anybody behind me, so I might take over for a little bit just to make sure that people go around me and then don't have anybody behind me for what I hope is not happening again, but let's see. I'm going into this one here by myself, and so the route is going straight. The speed limit here, oh, that was actually where it went the other day. Okay, so I need to turn around, try this again. Try the entire thing again. So what happened was the car was going in what it is here to my left hand side, going in there to make the turn, and ended up coming back out here again on this part here and would do it again, which of course I intervened, but it would end up in an endless loop. It would just keep going that way, and that's obviously not helpful. So that was with the version 11.4.1. Fortunately, we have 11.4.2. I wonder if this was recognized as a bug. Other, AI Driver and Dirty Tesla, I think, had the same issue too. Others I could see on Twitter, it was messaged around too that people had issues with the car going into turning lanes instead of keep going. And here we go. Let me turn it to 55. So it was not going into this turning lane. I think that has improved. And I will try it the other way around, because it happened. Oh, actually it's here. No, it's here. And it did not do it. Maybe because now it's dark and the markings are more reflective, or maybe it is fixed now. But there's always the tendency to go into those right turning lanes or left turning lanes, if the same are on the left hand side, to go in there and then of course get stuck in there, because that's not the way to go. If the route is telling you to go straight, then you need to go straight. You shouldn't go into a turning lane. That's very clear. Let's see. Yeah. So at least with this see-through veil material here, I'm gonna be able to recognize when there's force needed for the steering wheel, even though I'm holding it and I wiggle on it a bit, but sometimes it's not enough. And with that plastic that I had over it, I was unable to see it. It's very hard to see the screen then. And on this stretch, I almost ended up getting a strike. But let's see. Sorry, I disengaged because there was something on the road, but it was just a plastic bag. So I probably disengage for this pothole here. Let's see. I don't have anybody behind me. It is actually going a bit faster now here. .4.1 was like almost coming to a standstill with those cones. Maybe. No, it's still faster. I have somebody behind me who's coming closer. Yeah. Don't abandon the turn in the middle of the intersection after I changed the navigation. So let's see if we can go back in this direction, because it happened on the other side as well. Ending the trip and adding this one. So now I couldn't really see where it was signaling to go. Let's see if it goes into the right lane again here. Okay, it signaled, but it didn't go. Earlier today it was going like so, exactly like this, but obviously I have the truck now in front of me, so it seems it's still trying to do this, so it has not been fixed. Still an issue. I will try the other way around one more time. To see if it's still an issue. I also recalibrated my cameras. I was thinking maybe that's something that could help. But, and it's very interesting. The cameras had been saying, you know, here we go again. Okay. I know you need to pay attention, and that's FSD in the beta version, and so you always have to be prepared for the unexpected. But what if you just don't pay attention and you end up like this? Or for somebody who's trying it the very first time, it is a bit of a interesting experience if that happens to you. So we will do this one more time. Don't necessarily have to go to the, you can just go to the library. Yeah, let's try it one more time to see how it works in the other direction. I hope this is not going to end me in a copyright issue, so let me just talk over the music here. Post office, library. Okay. Yeah, I take this route. We can do that. So at least signaling before slowing down would be nice, because I have a long line of cars behind me and none of them would know what I'm trying to do. The car is just slowing down, and then almost when you come to a stop, then you turn on the signal. And that's not good. It's my first time going this way. I have never been here before, so I don't know how the road goes here. I have the same expectation as the car. Okay, taking us back to the main road. It's kind of hard to see here. Okay. And I don't have anybody behind me, but I'm not really sure why we don't accelerate. It's 27, 28, 29. If there would be somebody coming behind me. So now all of a sudden we pick up speed here. So here we have something like this again, like a right turning lane. Here again, none of them are being picked. I don't know if it has something to do with map data or what it is. Okay, we could go. Okay. So here comes the interesting part. Are we going to go into the right lane and turning again? Let's see. Oh, it made it out now. Okay. So it's definitely different. Okay. But it's still going into the lane. So Not good. Not good. You know, I guess I have to try this one more time during the day. Here we go. Oh, I was just about to say, here we go again. It was trying to go into this lane. And I honestly have to say, if you're in a lane, maybe you should just stick in that lane for a second and not just jump into the right lane. Sometimes, like with 11.3.6, it was moving away from the right lane, going into the left lane. So now it's trying to go into the right lane when it shouldn't. There needs to be some more consistency. That's just too much all over the place. So going back on the interstate and then basically going back home, and then that's a wrap. Earlier today, I had two very interesting experiences. One was on a red light like this. It was red, and all of a sudden the car started moving forward, not like creeping to get a better view. It's just kind of like, okay, I'm going. And that happened after a bigger truck, 18-wheeler, blocked the red light. And I'm not really sure if it was because of this, but either way, I had to disengage. And the other interesting story that I had today was on an intersection like this. I was supposed to go left. I didn't make it into the left lane. The car didn't make it. So I ended up in the straight lane. And of course, you know, left turn gets green first here in Georgia. Most of the intersections. Here we go again. Why are we going in here? Jeez. So, I'm sorry. Continue with my story. You just saw what happened. So, and I wasn't making it into the left turning lane, so I ended up in a straight lane. Left turn gets green first, and we could go. And so then the straight lane gets green, and I end up going on green. And while I'm on the intersection, the steering wheel is yanking to the left, and the car is still trying to make that left turn, even though the left turn signal was already red. So That was very interesting. And of course, I didn't have my camera at a bit. Whenever you need it, you don't have it. I should probably just record every drive that I do. But I'm glad to have FSD back and 11.4.2 now. That's good. It's interesting how quickly you get used to something new. I remember when it was, not single stock software, when getting onto the interstate meant that you are running on a different software, and all the FSD was kind of sorry, I need to focus here. FSD was a different software branch. Okay, I'm tapping the pedal because people come fast here. Yeah, now it's all one package, and it's pretty good. On the interstate it is. But that's very easy too. I mean, you have 2, 3 or more lanes going in the same direction. You don't have any complicated intersections with traffic lights. Interstate traffic is easy. So it's very interesting, the speed limit on the other side is 35. Here on this side it seems to be still the same, so I'm not really sure what's up with that. This happened before too. So what do we do now? We're going? Okay, we're going. Okay. I don't like this. And I'm pretty sure others have the same issue, and Tesla soon should be aware of that this is an issue. Okay then. See you next time.